Take this overboard now. I want you to
feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie, share that beat of love. I wanna
ride the all night, working in the rhythm.
I wanna
ride the all night, working in the rhythm.
I wanna
working in the rhythm. Ooh, baby,
Do you remember that one night when we fell in love? What we had felt so right, 'cause we had trust. Now it's drowning in our lives. I know we're broken.
Good morning, guys. Long time no see. You guys are a little crooked. Is it me? Whatever. Long time no see, but we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna be giving you guys a life update while I get ready. So let's not make you guys wait anymore. Last you guys heard of me, I was waiting to go into labor. I was packing and getting ready for the birth of my son. Spoiler alert, the baby's here and he's 2. It's been a while, but we're gonna catch you guys up to speed. So, like I said, I'm gonna be doing my makeup and we're just gonna be talking and getting back into it. So, I'm trying to figure out where exactly I am in my process. I've already done my brows. I did my primer. I know my brows are not even, okay? We're not gonna talk about it. We're just gonna move on. So, let's see. When I was about 38 weeks, I went in for my last anatomy scan and they were pretty much saying, you know, has your doctor said anything about, you know, this baby and his size? And I'm like, I'm tired of you people. What is wrong now? So, sorry. Anyway, oh my goodness, everyone's blowing me up. I'm gonna put my phone on do not disturb because you guys have been waiting long enough for this. So they were pretty much asking if the doctor had said anything about his size, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, we're gonna have a doctor come talk to you. So we went through that, and the doctors were pretty much saying that he was measuring a little bit smaller than he should have been. They were saying that he was like just hitting 5 pounds. And for as far along as I was, he should have been closer to 7 or maybe even 8. But they were saying that I had a growth restriction and my stomach wasn't getting any bigger. So with that, he wasn't able to put on any weight. So they were like, we're gonna induce you. Love that for me. So I set up the induction, which was 4 days after this appointment. In between that time, I went in for my stress test to make sure that he was gonna be fine during, you know, labor and delivery. And pretty much the stress test went well. And I was just preparing for induction mentally, emotionally, and physically as much as I could. And then also, you know, making sure that I had everything packed and ready to go because we had to be there super early. I believe we had to be there at like 7 a.m. It wasn't far, so that wasn't an issue. It was just getting up because I was 9 months pregnant. Who wants to do that? Or was I 10 months? Not the point. So I go in for the induction. I get there and they have a new nurse. And she's gonna start with me. Love that. So sis was struggling to put in the IV. I was like, I'm going home. We're gonna let him come on his own. This is too much, entirely too much. She was shaking so bad, and I know it's nerve-wracking, but ma'am, this is my child, and I'm going into labor, and you guys are putting me into labor. Please get it together. She was shaking, so I was shaking, and I was just like, if I don't calm down, she's not gonna calm down. So I just let her do her thing, we got it together, and we started the Pitocin, which is what they gave me to start my contractions and dilate me and everything. And it went pretty well, but it did seem like it was going a little slow. I haven't done any makeup. Okay, so it was going a little slow. I don't even know what I'm looking for. And they were like, oh, you know, this could take up to 3 days. Like, we've seen that before. So I was fully prepared to be in labor for 3 days. Fully prepared. Because I was like, I just know my luck. I know there's no other way that this is gonna go. So thankfully it didn't take 3 days, but it was going pretty slow, but my contractions were getting stronger, but I wasn't really like dilating super fast. When I went in, I was already 1 centimeter, 1 or 2, it's been a while. I was already 1 or 2 centimeters along or dilated. So that was good that they weren't starting from like ground zero, because it would have taken much longer, I'm sure. So after the Pitocin really kicked in, I couldn't take it anymore. The contractions were killing me. Worst experience of my life. They were definitely not what I was expecting. I feel like I always thought contractions would be something that you feel in your stomach, but because, you know, like when you have cramps and stuff, like, you know where you feel it, but it still kind of feels like it's part of your stomach, if that makes any sense. So that's not the case. You definitely feel it exactly where it is, and it's a part of your body you don't feel too often. So it was very new to me. I ended up making it to about 4 or 5 centimeters, and then I was like, take me out the game. Give me the drugs. Everything you got. I wasn't playing. I know I said that I wanted to see how far I could get naturally, and I did. I saw how far I could get naturally, and I left it at that. I took it for what it was, and I felt like if this goes any further, I'm gonna start freaking out, and if I freak out, everyone's gonna be freaking out, because I'm the one having the baby. So we get the epidural done, and it was beyond amazing. I felt nothing, but I was still able to like move my legs around for a while and like sit up like on all fours kind of to help him come down. So that was really good. They were really surprised with that, especially for a first-time mom. They said I was killing it, so I took it for what it was. Once I got the epidural, I'm so glad I got the epidural, because you know when you're in labor, they have like the monitor that shows you the contractions. One of my contractions started going up and up and up, and it went all the way to the top of the screen. And that's expected to an extent, but then it started going across the screen. And then it started dropping, and it just kept doing that, going all the way up, going all the way across, and then dropping. And I was like, I would have died. I'm sorry, but I would have died. Like, there's no way I would have been able to make it through that. That's insane. Like, no, because the contractions were already horrible. So the doctor, you know, she's coming in routinely to check me. And she's like, okay, you know, you're at 6 centimeters, 7. And then she leaves for maybe like 30 minutes or so. And then she comes back and, well, actually the nurse came back and she's like, yeah, let's check you. I was already crowning. Had no idea. I'm just chilling. And she's like, oh, okay, let's have a baby. And I was like, oh, you guys are so funny. Like, I'm only at 6, 7 centimeters. Like, nothing's happening just yet. And then the doctor walks in, starts like pulling up her sleeves, putting on her gloves, and she's like, let's have a baby. And I was like, oh, you guys are so funny. And they're like, we're gonna get you flipped over, because like I said, I was on all fours. And they're like, we're gonna get you flipped over, and then we're gonna start pushing. And I was like, hold up, this is happening? I'm having a baby right now? Not mentally prepared. I thought I was good, I was not good. But I was more afraid of freaking out than I was to actually have him. So we go into our position, which I was actually on my side and I just like held my leg up, like whatever, too much. So I started pushing. I was pushing for, I want to say like 6 minutes, and I pushed 3 times and he was out. Beautiful. They were like, oh my gosh, for a first time mom, this is so amazing. Like, we never really see this. And a lot of people, they let the epidural like get to them. And I've been doing my foundation for like 20 minutes. Okay. So they're like, they let the epidural really get to them, and you know, they feel like they can't feel anything, which is understandable because it is numbing you. I don't know what I'm looking for, and that's half the battle. So like I said, I pushed 3 times and he was out, which was amazing. And he was not 5 pounds, he was 6 pounds. And they're like, oh, he doesn't look small, does he? Ma'am, you telling me I could have been at home? Okay, all right. Somebody getting fired. Like, that's literally how I felt, because you guys put me through all of this and for nothing at the end of the day, because he was perfectly fine. He was 6 pounds, 5 ounces, I think. Does anybody else, like, who has kids, like, do y'all be forgetting stuff? Like, the time he was born, I'd be like, it was 7:43. I know that now. I made myself remember. But I'm like, it was like 7:43 or 44. Like, it's not off by a lot, but it's still, I feel bad. And I feel like, oh my God, I feel like that's not good. I remember somebody asked me when his birthday was, and I was like, is it 8-4 or 4-8? And I was like, oh, it's 8-4. That makes sense. Hot mess. Maybe that's why everyone just blames it on like mommy brain. That's what we'll do. Mommy brain. Anyway, off topic. So, so he comes out, he's perfectly fine. Yes, this is dry. I don't want to hear it. He comes out, he's perfectly fine. He immediately starts like being dramatic. The first thing I said to my child was, wow, you're dramatic. He won't remember, so it doesn't matter. He was so freaking cute, as every mom says, but I will insert some pictures probably at the end, because you know, editing is a lot. So I had my baby, and now he's 2. We've had 2 birthday parties that have drained me. Anyway, that should not have been that funny to me. I feel like I'm just not getting along with the story because I'm so focused on like trying to do too many things. I feel like this looks good. I never like my foundation ever. And we're probably gonna ruin it now, so let's get to it. Okay, back to the story. So I had my baby, and I felt great, honestly. Like, I feel like I was just super excited for him to come, and I was so glad to not be pregnant anymore. So I remember like the doctors and nurses like coming to check on me, and they'd be like, how do you feel? And I'm like, I feel amazing. Like, I'm so excited. And they're like, yeah, you don't look like you feel horrible. And I'm like, no, I really feel great. And then one of the doctors goes, yeah, a lot of moms feel like they got hit by a train. Sir, you and your negativity, exit stage left, please. So everything was great besides breastfeeding. He would not latch. It's probably more my fault than anything. We won't get into it. I ain't got no nipples. That's pretty much it. Whatever. We're not gonna explain. We're not gonna explain. So that was really like my hardest thing. I recovered really well. I was literally running around after I had him. Like, I only had 3 stitches, which was amazing because I started using vitamin E oil in that area because I was doing a lot of research. And you know, they're saying like, oh, if you stay moisturized, like, you won't tear, you'll just expand. So I trusted them, and they were right. I only had I believe it was 2 very small tears, so it was all like just 3 stitches. And with that, they were also very surprised that I guess did so well. I never liked my chin highlight. It just, am I putting it in the wrong place? Anyway, so not a lot of tears, not a lot of stitches. I felt great. There was a little like discomfort and stuff, of course, but nothing like super crazy. Oh my god, that's like, I feel like this is going so far. Yeah, I don't know. It was a great experience. Do I think I'll ever do it again? If you've ever met my son, you know why I probably would never do it again. Because he is a riot, to say the least. He is definitely a riot. So I feel like if I can't give another child the attention that he's had or better, I don't think I should do that at all. Guys, I have no lashes, and I don't mean like because I have no lash extensions right now. I mean, naturally I don't have any lashes, but I don't have like strip lashes, so I'm still gonna look insane at the end of this, but we won't really talk about it. Yeah, just I don't even know anymore. Okay, so I'm trying to think because I know there were some questions that I felt like I might get or people might have, so I want to address those. Pretty much my breastfeeding experience, like I said, he wouldn't latch, so I pretty much just pumped exclusively, which was fine and it worked for me, but the schedule was like super every 2 hours on point. So for a while it was literally, okay, pump, feed him, like bag everything up, separate the milk and whatnot, freeze it, feed him again, change him, put him to sleep, time to pump. Like, that's what I was doing. And then in between that, I had to like figure out where I was gonna add in doing laundry and doing dishes and cooking dinner, and it's a lot. And I definitely get why people never do it again. I went into this saying like, oh, I want like 5 kids. Okay. Yeah, that died really quick. Just really quick. I feel like I could do eyeliner and like, yeah, that's where I am. So I don't know, it's definitely a lot. It's a lot. There's just no other way to put it other than it really does take a village. Like, I'm so glad that my parents were there, that my boyfriend's parents were there, because it made things so much easier. But it was also really hard to let go of him and let them take care of him and trust that they were going to do everything that I do. And even though they each have 3 kids, not each of them, but you know, together they all have 3 kids, or my parents and his parents, you get what I'm saying. I just still felt like there's no way like you guys are gonna understand and like do what I do, and how are you gonna know what he needs? Again, they have 3 kids, but it's hard. There's a lot of mom guilt. I still have mom guilt, and he's 2 years old. Like, if I go to get my hair done, get my nails done, whatever it is, and I know that it's like exclusively for me, I rush it. I definitely don't take my time. I'm like, okay, if this appointment is gonna end at 11:30, then I need to be at the next appointment by 12, and then I need to be out of there by 1:30 so I can get home. And I get home and he's just like, where you been? Sup? Like, why are you running around like that? Obviously he doesn't get it, but it's nerve-wracking for sure. Sorry, I'm clearly trying to do my liner. I feel like this is all over the place. Like my commentary. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway. It's completely different. So another question that I figured I would answer is, what is it like being pregnant during, or what was it like being pregnant during the pandemic? And it was honestly very hard. So I got pregnant December of 2019, and well, actually I got pregnant in November. I found out in December. And so I was pretty much pregnant through all of it, while, you know, things were going up and things were staying steady and whatever the case was. I was pregnant through it all when everything was shut down. And while it was okay, because I pretty much got to do whatever I wanted as far as like in the house, it was also very like sad. This is so uneven. Oh my God. It was also very sad because, you know, as a first-time mom, you want to like go to Lamaze classes and go and like shop around for your baby stuff. I had to do everything online. Everything was online, so it was super hard. And I couldn't really like go anywhere because this is still when we didn't really understand COVID and whatever, and know that there's ways to get past it. So it was very hard for me to say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the store or I'm gonna do this. Mind you, I also had a high-risk pregnancy, so I couldn't really drive or do anything strenuous. So that was another part that was super hard. So it was, I feel like I was robbed of an experience in a way, because I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to. And that was very hard for me. But at the same time, what could I do? So I just pretty much made the best of it. And that's all anyone could do at that time. To be honest, I mean, I wasn't the only one going through it, so it's not like my story would be any different. Oh God, that's what I get. Than anyone else who was pregnant during that time. And when I tell you, these pandemic babies are different. They are different. Even like my parents, they will literally say like, I know kids have energy, but this one, never seen anything like it. Don't even know what's going on. And that's a fact. He has so much energy. He wants exactly what he wants, when he wants it, how he wants it. I don't know where he gets that from. I don't even know if I ever put this on right, but it works. Okay. So yeah, he has a lot of energy. He's definitely, you know, he wants what he wants. And I get it. And I understand that he's a toddler, but he is a lot. But I love him like any parent does. And I would do anything for him. And I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. So with that being said, I'm gonna finish up my makeup and, oh, what's happening here? Like turning white. Oh, it's probably because oh God. Probably because I put on chapstick. It's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up my makeup and that's pretty much it for this video. I feel like I gave you guys a lot of random moments, but that was pretty much my labor and delivery. It was very easy for me, thank goodness, but I definitely prayed for it my entire pregnancy, to have a happy, healthy baby. I don't know if he's happy. I feel like he's always mad at me because I don't give him everything that he wants. But yeah, I definitely prayed for a happy, healthy baby and a safe and easy pregnancy, and I feel like that is exactly what I want. I know that's not always the case, so I'm very thankful for that. What am I putting mascara on at this point? What is it on? It's just eyeliner and lid. That's all I got to work with today. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a super easy labor, thankfully. Everything went really smooth. I have a happy, healthy baby, like I said, and I will definitely put some more videos and content up of him and with him, so you guys will get to see what I mean with the whole pandemic baby thing, because it's different. It's not, I've never experienced a child like this. So thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me a chance to give you this update. I understand it's been a while, but we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that, okay? I'm a work in progress, okay? Thank you. So you guys stay safe. There's still so much going on in this world, and everybody needs to be on their P's and Q's. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because she's back.